Have you been carrying a burden in your heart that no one else knows about? Are you worried about your future, your family, your health, your finances, or something that keeps you awake at night? If so, this message is for you. Many people wake up every morning carrying a burden that no one else can see. Their minds are filled with questions about the future. They worry about whether they will find a job, whether their family will remain safe, whether their health will improve, whether their financial struggles will ever end, or whether the dreams in their hearts will ever become reality. These worries slowly steal peace, disturb sleep, and make even the smallest challenges feel overwhelming. Yet as believers, we are reminded that our lives are never outside the knowledge, wisdom, and mercy of Allah. Every moment has already been written with perfect wisdom, and nothing reaches us except what Allah has allowed. The Qur'an repeatedly teaches us that Allah is the best of planners. What appears to us as delay may actually be protection. What feels like loss may be preparing us for a greater blessing. Human beings naturally want immediate answers, but Allah sees the beginning, the middle, and the end of every situation, while we only see a single moment. This is why placing our trust in Him brings a kind of peace that no worldly solution can provide. Think about how many times you feared something in the past that never actually happened. Think about the difficulties you believed would break you. Yet Allah carried you through them. There were days when you thought you had reached the end of your strength, but Allah opened a new door, sent unexpected help, or placed patience in your heart. Looking back, you can clearly see His mercy, even in moments when you questioned His plan. The same Lord who protected you yesterday is the one who controls your tomorrow. Worry often comes from believing that everything depends on us alone. We feel that if we cannot solve every problem immediately, everything will fall apart. But Islam teaches us a beautiful balance. We are encouraged to work hard, make sincere efforts, seek lawful means, and then place the outcome entirely in Allah's hands. Tawakkul does not mean doing nothing. It means doing your best while believing that Allah's decision will always be better than your own expectation. Imagine the birds that leave their nests every morning. Without knowing exactly where they will find their provision, they do not remain frozen by fear. They fly out with complete dependence upon the one who provides for every living creature. Allah, who feeds countless animals across the earth every single day, never forgets a single one of them. If His mercy reaches every bird in the sky and every creature beneath the sea, then surely He has not forgotten you. Your name, your prayers, your tears, and your struggles are all known to Him. Sometimes Allah delays what you ask for because He is protecting you from something you cannot see. At other times He is strengthening your faith, teaching you patience, or preparing your heart to receive something far greater than what you imagined. Every sincere dua is heard, even when the answer arrives in a different form or at a different time than you expected. The believer finds comfort not because life is always easy, but because they know Allah is always near, always aware, and always sufficient for those who place their trust in Him. Every difficulty that enters your life has a purpose, even when you cannot immediately understand it. One of the greatest mistakes we make is believing that every hardship is a sign that Allah has abandoned us. In reality, the opposite is often true. Throughout Islamic history, the prophets, who were the most beloved servants of Allah, experienced some of the greatest trials. Their lives remind us that tests are not a measure of Allah's displeasure but an opportunity to strengthen faith, develop patience, and draw closer to Him. When life becomes comfortable, it is easy to forget our dependence upon Allah. We become occupied with our routines, our achievements, and our plans. But when a trial arrives, our hearts naturally turn back to our Creator. We raise our hands in sincere dua, seek forgiveness, increase our prayers, and remember that true strength comes only from Allah. In this way, hardships often become the reason a believer reconnects with their Lord more deeply than ever before. Think about how gold is purified. It must pass through intense fire before it shines with its greatest beauty and value. Likewise, Allah refines the hearts of believers through moments of hardship. Every challenge removes something harmful from within us. Whether it is pride, impatience, attachment to this world, or reliance on people instead of reliance on Allah. These lessons cannot always be learned during times of ease. Sometimes only difficulty can shape a stronger character and a more sincere heart. There are moments when Allah closes one door only because another, better one is waiting to open. At first, we may only see disappointment. We question why a job was lost, why a relationship ended, why a business failed, or why a prayer seems unanswered. Months or years later, we often look back and realize that what we thought was a setback actually protected us from greater harm, or guided us towards something far better than we could have planned ourselves. Allah's wisdom extends beyond our limited understanding, and His plan is always complete even when our vision is incomplete. Patience during hardship is not passive acceptance. It is an active form of worship. It means continuing to pray when your heart is heavy, continuing to trust when the path is unclear, continuing to obey Allah even when life feels difficult, and continuing to believe that His mercy is greater than your pain. Every moment of patience is recorded by Allah, and no tear shed for His sake goes unnoticed. Remember that every trial has an expiration date. No storm lasts forever, and no night remains without the arrival of dawn. Allah promises that with hardship comes ease, not after hardship, but with it. This means that even while you are struggling, Allah is already placing hidden blessings around you. Lessons you are learning, sins being forgiven, rewards being written, and doors being prepared for your future. Never judge your entire life by one difficult chapter. Allah is still writing your story. The challenge you face today may become the testimony that inspires someone else tomorrow. The pain you endure with patience may become the reason you enter a higher rank in the hereafter. Keep moving forward with hope, because every test is preparing you for something greater than you can currently see. Trust that Allah never wastes the patience, prayers, or perseverance of His sincere servants. Whenever worry begins to fill your heart, remember that Allah has given every believer a powerful remedy. Turning back to Him through dua, remembrance, and gratitude. Many people spend hours thinking about their problems, but only a few minutes speaking to the one who has complete power to solve them. As human beings, we naturally search for answers, ask friends for advice, or look for solutions through our own understanding. While taking practical steps is important, lasting peace begins when the heart realizes that every solution ultimately comes from Allah alone. The moment you sincerely raise your hands and call upon Him, you are speaking to the Lord who hears every whisper, knows every hidden pain, and understands every fear before you even put it into words. Dua is not simply a request for what we want. It is an expression of complete dependence upon Allah. Every sincere supplication reminds us that we are never alone, no matter how difficult life becomes. There may be moments when you feel that no one understands your struggles, but Allah understands every silent tear, every sleepless night, and every worry that weighs upon your heart. He knows what you have lost, what you hope for, and what you need even better than you know yourself. This certainty gives the believer strength to continue moving forward despite uncertainty. Sometimes people think their dues have not been answered because they do not immediately receive what they asked for. However, Allah's response is always based on His perfect wisdom. He may grant exactly what you requested, delay it until the best time, replace it with something better, or protect you from harm that you cannot yet see. What appears to be silence never neglect. Allah is always responding in the way that is best for His servant. This understanding transforms impatience into hope and disappointment into trust. Along with dua, gratitude has the power to completely change the condition of the heart. Worry causes us to focus on what is missing, while gratitude reminds us of everything Allah has already provided. It is easy to become consumed by the blessing we have not yet received and overlook the countless blessings that surround us every single day. The ability to breathe, to see, to hear, to walk, to pray, to seek forgiveness, to love our families, and to wake up each morning are gifts that cannot be measured by wealth or status. When we begin to count Allah's favors, we quickly realize that His mercy has been with us every step of our lives. A grateful heart also develops contentment. This does not mean giving up on your goals or stopping your efforts. Rather, it means appreciating today's blessings while continuing to strive for tomorrow's opportunities. A believer works hard, makes sincere dua, and trusts Allah with the outcome, without allowing anxiety to consume the present moment. Gratitude protects the heart from jealousy, resentment, and constant comparison with others. Instead of asking, "Why do they have more than me?" the grateful believer asks, "How can I use the blessings Allah has already given me to earn His pleasure?" The remembrance of Allah strengthens this mindset even further. Every time you say Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, or La ilaha illallah, you are reminding your heart of the greatness of your Creator. The problems that once seemed overwhelming begin to appear smaller when compared to the limitless power and mercy of Allah. The believer who constantly remembers Allah discovers that true peace is not found in having a life free from difficulties, but in having a heart that remains connected to its Lord through every season of life. One of the greatest reasons people become overwhelmed with worry is because they expect life to unfold according to their own timeline. We often pray today and hope for an answer tomorrow. We work hard and expect immediate success. We make plans and assume everything should happen exactly as we imagined. But Allah, in His infinite wisdom, knows the perfect time for every blessing. What seems like a delay to us is never a delay in the knowledge of Allah. It is preparation, protection, or guidance towards something better than we can currently understand. Think about a seed planted in the ground. It does not become a strong tree overnight. For weeks or even months, there may be no visible signs of growth above the surface. Yet beneath the soil, roots are developing, becoming stronger and deeper before the tree can rise. In a similar way, Allah often prepares His servants in ways they cannot see. While you are waiting for your prayer to be answered, Allah may be building your patience, strengthening your faith, increasing your wisdom, or protecting you from circumstances that would have harmed you if your request had been granted too soon. Many of us can remember moments when we desperately wanted something, a particular job, a relationship, an opportunity, or a certain plan to succeed. At the time, we believed it was exactly what we needed. When it did not happen, we felt disappointed and confused. Yet months or years later, we realized that Allah's decision was far better than our own. The opportunity we lost may have led to something greater. The closed door may have protected us from pain we never knew existed. The delay may have prepared us for blessings we were not yet ready to receive. Looking back, we often see that Allah's wisdom was guiding every step, even when we could not recognize it. Patience during waiting is one of the greatest acts of faith. It is easy to trust Allah when everything is going well. But true tawakkul is shown when the answers have not yet arrived and the future remains uncertain. A believer continues to pray, continues to strive, and continues to hope without allowing despair to enter the heart. This confidence comes from knowing that Allah never breaks His promises, and that every decree He makes is based on perfect knowledge and mercy. Waiting should never be confused with doing nothing. Islam encourages believers to continue making sincere effort while leaving the results in Allah's hands. Improve your character. Seek beneficial knowledge. Work honestly. Care for your family. Increase your worship. And remain consistent in your du'as. Every positive step you take is an act of obedience. And Allah never allows the efforts of His sincere servants to go to waste. Even when you cannot immediately see the results, every act of patience and perseverance is being recorded by Allah. Remember that Allah is never early, never late, and never unaware of your situation. He knows the exact moment when relief should arrive, when doors should open, and when your prayers should be answered. What is written for you will never miss you, and what misses you was never meant for you. This certainty allows the believer to replace anxiety with hope and fear, with confidence in Allah's perfect plan. Keep asking Allah with sincerity, keep believing in His mercy, and keep moving forward with trust. The chapter you are living today is not the end of your story. Allah is still writing your future with wisdom greater than your imagination. When the right time arrives, the blessing He has prepared for you will come in the best way, at the best moment, and with goodness that will make you realize every moment of waiting was worthwhile.